fine. This is nothing better than being up here.
Nah, man.
Welcome to the making of a pilot. In this series of videos, we follow Jonathan as he pursues his private pilot certificate. You'll see his journey from start to finish with all the ups.
Nice with the rudder. Yes!
Alright, come on.
And all the downs.
It's that altitude, I can't get it.
As we work together to help him achieve his dream.
There we go, just like that.
My name is Lewis, Jonathan's instructor and your guide throughout this series. Not only will you see Jonathan's progression, but you'll see how my philosophy of making aviation fun is a game changer in helping students succeed. Whether you're in flight training or you're a pilot in need of a refresher, this series of videos is for you. So don't forget to like it, share it, and subscribe so you never miss an episode of the making of a pilot. LewDix Aviation videos are edited to be as entertaining as possible. This may remove context. Many procedures, situations, explanations, and flight phases have been edited out. Do not use for instructional purposes. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Welcome to episode 3 of The Making of a Pilot. We start with a little bit of camera trouble, unfortunately, which has rendered the first couple of steep turns unusable, but it gives me a chance to tell you a little bit about what a steep turn is and what I want to see from Jonathan. For the private pilot level, a steep turn is achieved at a 45-degree bank angle, and the goal is to maintain your altitude within 100 feet, airspeed within 10 knots, bank angle within 5 degrees, and roll out of the manoeuvre within 10 degrees of your entry heading. At this stage of training, a private pilot student should know that with an increase in bank angle, stall speed is increased, and also that the vertical component of lift decreases as the horizontal component increases in a turn. This means that to maintain altitude, the pilot must increase angle of attack to increase total lift. A simple way of maintaining altitude during this manoeuvre is looking at the horizon. See it there and how it's cutting through the aircraft at this angle? Well, from the cockpit, you can use this horizon to your advantage. Setting your bank angle and watching the horizon cut the top of the panel, or the dash as I like to call it, will be your best indicator of how the nose of the aircraft is positioned and whether you need to increase pitch or decrease pitch to maintain altitude. You can see here that the horizon has moved upwards in relation to the aircraft because the nose is pitched down too much. This will cause an altitude loss and an airspeed gain, and allowing this to happen, you run the risk of going outside of the parameters specified by the Airman Certification Standards. Something we should talk about too before getting into the steep turns is manoeuvring speed. VA is the speed at which an aircraft will stall before exceeding its maximum load limit. Exceeding that limit would cause structural damage, so it's important to know what your manoeuvring speed is and stay below it, especially in a steep turn where the bank angle is increased and the load is increased significantly. VA varies with weight, and you can use this formula on screen to figure out what it is for your particular flight. Just a reminder, this is not an instructional video and doesn't tell you everything you need to know, so consult your flight instructor for full information. But with all of that, let's join the cockpit, shall we?
Alright, so we're on the south heading.
Yes.
We're going 3,000 feet. We're going to bring the power back just a little bit to get off.
I like it. Get it back on the manoeuvring speed and then book the heading.
And I am ready.
Roger.
Alright, let's go.
As Jonathan is rolling into the turn, he's going to increase power to help him maintain altitude. That's great, but what I want you to watch is the horizon and how it moves during the turn. At first, Jonathan pitches up enough to maintain altitude, but you can see the horizon move upwards now as the nose drops. That's going to cause the altitude to drop and airspeed to rise. Now, Jonathan realizes that and raises the nose again to rejoin the horizon. As we approach the 360-degree turn, he lowers the nose a little bit too much again, and the altitude drops. But it's time to roll out and try one to the right to complete the manoeuvre.
Yeah, that one wasn't that great.
Look at that horizon. It's not moving for me. It's right here. It'll be different for you, but it's not moving. That's what we want. Nice. Nice. Alright, the only thing I saw in that first left turn is just not enough back pressure throughout the whole thing. Like at points it was perfect, and then you kind of released it. What I did like is that you added a little bit of power as you kind of went into it, which was perfect. And then just a little tip: if you are descending, You can relieve some of the bank angle and pull the nose up a little bit, and it's going to bring you up a bit quicker.
Okay.
So
in the last episode, some of you eagle-eyed viewers noticed what I noticed while I was editing, that Jonathan was resting his fingers on the mixture control. It was giving some of you anxiety, and rightly so. I don't know how I missed that while I was flying with him, but this is just another reason that I love making videos. I get to analyse everything over and over again. But this video was recorded before I realised though, so you may see him hover over the mixture at times, but just know that your comments were seen and Jonathan is going to make the change to stop resting his fingers there. Thanks for looking out for him.
So we are south, 3,000 feet. Ready?
ready.
Here we go.
So here we go again into another steep turn, except this time you'll see the horizon move a lot less than it did in that first one.
That's it.
That's it, man. Perfect. Rolling out, right turn. See you later. Into the right. Setting the angle. Pull it back. Put me in my seat.
Mic check. Clear.
Relieve some of that bank angle.
Gas practice out of this guy about 3 miles north of Lake Ashby, 3,500 deep.
Yeah.
Told you.
Off camera, two of the most perfect steep turns that he's ever done.
I'm gonna head back towards the lake.
Sounds good. Yeah, the on that one to the right, too much bank in there, which obviously you have to pull back even more, but there wasn't enough even for that bank angle, so just you know, take a quick glance at that bank and adjust it if you're descending. Just relieve it a little bit more, pull back and it'll come back up. Do a couple more.
Hey, yeah, we'll do a couple more. Ready?
Ready.
Alright, clear left. Here we go.
South this area, head to Skyhawk. We'll be using a field south of Lake Ashby for ground reference maneuver at 1,000 feet. South this area.
Coming around north. Rolling out.
Perfect.
To the left.
182
or right.
is going to shoot yourself over the river. Simulated
exactly.
engine fire.
Alright, we got 45 set.
Nice, getting that nose up. Love it. Love it. Just be aware of that. Yes, relieve that bank angle a little bit. Pull back a bit more.
Gas practice area, red.
There you go, there you go, there you go. That's going to come back on you. Perfect.
Block
That's off.
3,500 feet.
I feel comfortable doing it. I know we'll do it eventually a couple more times.
Yeah, just what did that second turn need? What did the turn
Alright,
need?
so I needed more back on the yoke.
Yep.
I was able to maintain the bank. It got off of me a little bit. I caught it to bring it back.
Yep.
We were losing airspeed, but that's because I wasn't pulling back
We're
too
pulling
much.
back, exactly. Yep.
The airspeed was good.
Yep, airspeed was fine. It was just that little
It was
altitude.
just a little bit of altitude.
And if you did see, you held, it was within 100 feet, you know, which is the standard, but our standard is higher than that.
Exactly,
so, so yeah, cool, man. Alright, my controls.
Your controls.
My controls. Just let me talk you through an emergency procedure.
Okay.
So,
are we going to be going through this stuff first?
so, I mean, you know, in this procedure, there's so much going on
Right.
that it should be an automatic kind of response sort of thing. So, right now, the engine fails. Okay.
Okay.
The first thing, going through the ABCD checklist, airspeed.
Airspeed.
So I'm immediately holding back and I'm trimming for 65 knots. And I want to be able to go hands off at 65 and it just kind of fly itself. All the while I'm doing that, I'm kind of taking a glance outside and I'm going to start taking a look at places outside that we want to go. In your opinion, where do you reckon that we could land from this position?
From this position, looks like there's a long strip over there.
Okay.
The grass clearing that's over there.
All the way to the north side?
Not all the way to the north side, but just right here.
Alright, well I'll tell you what, let me head over that way. So we're at 2,500 feet at the moment. We've trimmed it out. We've picked the place. Mixture rich. All right. Fuel selector. You can switch it. You know, make sure it's on both. Make sure it's not off. Carburetor heat can come on. You can make sure the primer is locked. Checking the magnetos. You know, you might have accidentally turned the magnetos off. I don't know. And then you try and crank it. It's not working. Okay. Well, we're in a situation where we're not going to get the engine back. We are committed to our landing. So at this point, you'd go for declaring the emergency, which emergency frequency is what?
121.5.
Emergency squawk code is what?
7700.
7700 for this, and okay, many, Skyhawk 734 Mike Golf on the west side, Lake Apopka, engine failure, landing in a field. I think am I heading towards the clearing that you said? Yep. Yeah. We're at 1,600 feet now. Do you think we'll make that?
I don't think we're going to make that.
I don't think we're going to make it. And it's good that you kind of picked that because this illustrates, you know, a judgment. Right now we're at 1,400 feet. Right next to us there is kind of like a, I mean,
oh yeah, look at that right there.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little landing strip there. It kind of looks like it. Looks maybe a little bit rough, but in the situation that we've got now, we've got no choice.
Right.
So now it would all be a judgment thing as far as, you know, putting the thing down. We're obviously not going to do it, but at 1,000.
That looks like a good place right there.
Yeah, it looks all right, doesn't it?
I think we can make that. We can definitely make that, but
yeah, we'll go up. So carburetor off. And look, with all the trim that I've got in there, it just wants to stall. Alright man, that's kind of what we're looking for.
Okay.
I'll restabilize you up at, we'll do 2,500 feet. Picking where to land is really important that you get that kind of judgment, which again is why I like that you picked over there, because I knew we weren't going to make it. And you need to see what we cannot make. You know, you're only going to get that with experience.
Right.
You know, if you've got somewhere that's like right below you, and it's a perfect place to land, don't discount it just because it's so close. You know, you can do 360s, you can turn, S-turns, whatever you need to do to descend and lose the altitude. So A, B, C, D. So all of a sudden, it's happened.
Alright, so now we're going to get our airspeed.
Just to preemptively for the carb heat, just because we've closed the throttle.
1,300.
Got our airspeed, I'm looking around. Alright, see that little road over there? That big area right there with that road going through?
Yeah.
Right there.
Cool. Alright, sweet. So that's best line, best field. Now what?
Alright, we're going to run through our checklist. We're going to check our mixture. Okay, carburetor heat. Could be icing.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuel selector, primer, check that.
Yep.
Try to start it. Nothing's going on.
Doesn't start.
Doesn't start. Alright, 121.5. 7700 on the squawk. Mayday, mayday, mayday. 734 Mike Golf. West of Lake Apopka, engine failure, putting it down in the field. So yeah, we're going to make that road, that whole clear area there. Looks like there's a hill, but on this side, looks like we can get in through there.
You're aiming for the grass?
For the grass.
Perfect.
Yep.
Love it. Love it. Love it. You've maintained best glide throughout the whole thing. What I liked is that you turn towards your point instead of just continuing on and doing the checklist and then turning. Do you think we've made the point?
Yes, I think we made the point.
Alright, cool. Let's go around.
Recover.
There we go. Great job. Love that. Love it. And there's a trim. That's where a trim stall can kind of happen on you if you
don't really catch it.
Yeah, exactly. Funnily enough, trim stalls was one of the things that I had to give a lesson on in my CFI check ride.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm happy with that for an emergency procedure. That was really, really nice. You picked a nice area, nice and open. Because the other thing is about choosing a point is you could choose an area that's really open, but that's too short.
Yeah.
That doesn't give you enough time to slow down. And that can be another problem. You know, you can survive the emergency, but then you smash into a tree. You know.
There'll be no tree smashing today though, because it's time to wrap up episode 3 with Jonathan attempting a landing. From this point onwards in the series, we're going to put more emphasis on practicing landings in the pursuit of proficiency for Jonathan's solo. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any episodes of the making of a pilot. If you want to take your support for my channel a step further, you can become a patron on Patreon and gain access to exclusive perks like early access to my videos and exclusive content. There's actually an exclusive video from this flight which is available to my patrons at the Welcome to the Sky tier right now. The link's in the description.
And exec tower, Skyhawk 734 Mike Golf is 10 miles to the west inbound, full stop with information whiskey.
734 Mike Golf, exec tower. Make straight in, runway 7, you do have traffic, 12 o'clock, 5 miles opposite direction. Diamond that left here at 1,300. Then there's going to be another Cessna about 3 miles in trail.
Alright, expect straight in for runway 7 and we'll keep an eye on that traffic, thank you. 34 Mike Golf.
That's fucking expert radio communication right there. Alright, so straight in for runway 7.
Here's 734 Mike Golf, runway 7 cleared to land. Upon landing, expect to exit Alpha 6.
Alright, clear to land runway 7 and we'll expect Alpha 6 upon landing. 34 Mike Golf.
Love it, man. At the risk of sounding silly, wind check.
Windcom. Yes! Earlier this morning we were told there was light chop with 10 knot crosswind.
Roger. Thank you. Alright.
We're a little high, so we're going
I like
to get rid of the power a little bit.
Yep, exactly. I like it. You're below 85, so you're starting to get your flaps in. I like it. I like it. I like it. You're becoming more independent, man.
Mooney, 783 Sierra Yankee.
Mooney!
Cessna 9515 Sierra left crosswind approved.
5 Sierra, turning crosswind now.
Nice. This is a perfect view of what we want the whole way.
I got it. Yeah, we're on slope now.
Yep, love it.
Cessna 345 Foxtrot Hotel, I'll call you base.
Base 345 Foxtrot Hotel.
Nice, you felt yourself go a little bit low.
Tower, Mooney,
At the power level off, love it.
Yankee, 2.5 from Denmore, Eagle 7, Blue Sierra Yankee.
Mooney, 783 Sierra Yankee, tower, runway 7 clear to land. That
Mooney!
Centurion you're following is 2 mile final.
Alright, man, get your 30
there,
degrees in. There you go.
Centurion.
We're a little low.
A little bit low, that's okay. We know we made it. How's your airspeed?
Airspeed is low.
A little bit low, so just increase that power, lower the nose. There you go. Perfect, love it. You're not doing too big a correction with the power, I like it. Keep that nose down. Keep it coming down. Keep it down, keep it down. There you go, perfect. Alright, eyes to the end of the runway. Power idle.
Got it, power idle.
And then just hold it in, hold it in.
345 Foxtrot Hotel, traffic you're following is a Mooney.
Welcome to the ground.
Welcome to the ground. After landing, flaps retracted, carburetor coming off, landing strobe lights off, landing strobe. Mixture lean.
On that landing, you saw as soon as you brought that power out, the aircraft dropped.
3-1.
That's where that, you know, looking at the end of the runway helps, because that's going to be your best indicator of what you need to do, pulling back wise. And then the landing was actually, it felt like a 3-point landing, just because we just landed very flat.
Right.
Those landings are going to come once we practice them, and actually I'm happy if you are for next time that we come out, we do traffic pattern work to practice the traffic patterns and the landings, and see if we can't start getting some nice ones and progressing closer to that solo. You are rapidly progressing, man.
But the next flight isn't going to go to plan.
Yep. And so 734 Mike Golf, going to make this a full stop.
4 Mike Golf, Roger, deemed assistance.
Nah, it's not that dramatic, but it's a good watch.